So just recently I set up this second desk setup, and what I did with this one is just it's a showcase desk. So this is where I can show my MacBook, I can show my iPad for these videos that I make here on this channel. But, as I've started using it now, I was just like, this is such a simple and clean setup. Because, with a main computer, right, you have so many things at your desk, so many things to power, so many things connected to it that it can really become a clutter really fast. Whereas this setup is literally just one cable and it makes for the perfect setup as an extension for your iPad. And if you're like me and you have a MacBook Air as well, then you could even connect that here and have a very nice and simple three-screen setup. The first place I want to start is using this as an extension for your iPad, simply because you plug in one cable and now you've got an extended display with whatever monitor you choose. The monitor I have here is the Samsung M8. And what's cool about this monitor is that it's not like some fancy monitor to where it has like a 120 hertz display or anything, but I like the matte finish of the screen. I also like the fact that they have a bunch of like entertainment stuff built into it. So if you want to use it like a standalone like entertainment setup, you could do that as well when you're not like working and everything. And then when you connect your iPad, it gives you a good experience. It's got a webcam built into it. You've got a couple of connectivity ports at the back. But again, you don't have to use this monitor, but I really do like the look of it. It looks very nice with the iPad. Now, as you'll see in the B-roll that I put into this video, I have a pretty simple setup with the Magic Keyboard that you can buy with the iPad. Now, you could buy a standalone keyboard, a standalone mouse, but I think to keep the setup minimal and simple, this is very nice because you've got the built-in keyboard and then you've also got the built-in trackpad. For my Mac Mini on the other desk, I do have a Magic Keyboard and trackpad, and I could pair those here, but I'm trying to keep things as simple as possible. And if you're someone that uses a lot of apps on the iPad and you just want a bigger display to connect to it, this is a very good way to do it. Plug one cable into the iPad, connect everything, and just enjoy using the keyboard and trackpad that's built into the iPad's Magic Keyboard. Now, if you're like me and let's say you play a game or two on the iPad, I like playing Call of Duty Mobile and Clash Royale, and I love using my Backbone controller with it. Apart from like my daytime job and making these YouTube videos, like these days I'm so busy that gaming is one of those things that fulfills me. Apart from my football Sundays, I cannot give those up. I gotta watch my football and give some life to that Qasim inside of me that just loves these like little things that make me who I am. Nonetheless, let's not get sidetracked. If you're trying to game and you use a backbone controller or something else, in the display settings, if you have the monitor set up as an extended display, for some reason the iPad is not going to be able to pass the inputs of the controller onto the extended display. The only workaround I've actually found to this is that you go into the display settings and you set it as screen mirroring, and then you will notice that everything that you do here on the controller is flawlessly working with the monitor. So that's just something to keep in mind if you are planning to game. And I will say that when I do game, this matte screen of the M80 display, and I know it's not a fast refresh rate, but you don't always need the best, man. Like sometimes, like I feel like I'm just too normal, too normal for YouTube sometimes, but I can get by and enjoy my time, and it just works for me. Now, the next way to use this setup is with the MacBook Air. So we move the iPad off to the side as an extended display. You connect the MacBook Air here, and once again, you have the built-in keyboard of the MacBook Air. You also have the larger trackpad of the MacBook Air. I have a whole playlist on the MacBook Air, the M4. It's my first MacBook Air. I always like used the Pro laptops, and that thing's been such a beast. I will leave that link down below in the description so you can check out those videos if you want to. But that also makes for such a simple setup, but yet you have three different screens. And one of the things I love about this simple setup is the fact that because these devices don't have a lot of things connected to them and there's not a lot going on here, you have the cable of the monitor, and then you have the cable going from the monitor into either your iPad or MacBook Air, and that's it, you're done. The only other things connected here are like a multi-port by Anker, which I use for charging like a bunch of things. I've got a 3-in-1 on this side. I've got one of my own products, the MagSafe Anywhere mount on the right side because I like to put my phone there, play some music to the HomePods that I have in like the living space area of this studio. And it's just such a simple and clean setup. The other nice thing about the MacBook is the fact that it's a full-fledged computer, right? So when you do connect it into a setup like this, not only do you have a portable machine that you can take with you, but you also have a machine that you can simply connect into a setup like this and just get all the work that you want to get done. I know there's a lot of people that can solely rely on an iPad. I have some things that I just simply can't do, but I do enjoy just connecting the iPad here and having this nice extended display to do the things that I normally do, but just on a bigger display. Now, next, I want to talk about a couple of desk setup options that you can consider for this kind of setup. You can go anything that's fancy or something that's more economical. And over the years, I've had a bunch of different desk setups, and one of the most economical ways of doing it is just buying one of those countertops. You get to pick the size, get yourself some drawers or some sit and stand leg mechanisms, right? I paired it with Alex drawers from IKEA. I got the countertop from there and the Alex drawers, and that was one of like my early desk setups, and it worked great. But that's going to be more on the budget side, right? So you don't even have to go out and spend all that money. Another way you can do it is with options on Amazon, like the Flexi Spot desk I have back there. I'll add some B-roll to show you, but that's a great desk. It's not going to kill you with its price. And at the same time, you've got sit and stand options and everything. Pair it with a good chair, and you are good to go. But then you also have fancier options like this where you have like proper wood, like this is walnut wood, this is a desk from Vernal, it's got a top shelf and everything. And yeah, you could go this route as well. But there's a bunch of different options and you can really pick what you want to do. I personally like whichever option you go for, I would say try to find something that has a top shelf and then also the flat top desk, simply because the top shelf gives you room to put your monitor, to put some decorations, and it just gives you an elevated space to add more things into your setup. What's funny is like all of my setups in the past have had so many different things connected to it. I mean, you can just take the Mac Mini one as an example, but as I was shooting like product shots at this desk, because that was like basically the purpose of this desk, right? And I was like, man, this desk looks so beautiful. And it wasn't because of the monitor or it wasn't because of the desk itself. It was just the simplicity of the setup. And I really hope that if you are looking to do like a simple setup for yourself, then this gives you a nice visual as to just like a couple of things connected and it gets the job done. If you do have particular questions, please drop them in the comments, like power strips, monitors, whatever you want to ask, because I'm all about helping you get to wherever you want to go. Like, I just want to add value to whatever it is that you are trying to achieve. And hopefully, this video adds value to your day. And if it has, all I ask of you is just give me a thumbs up because it'll help push this video to more people. And most importantly, like I always say, please take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next video.